Back. This is still Sunrise coming to you from Ekiti. We're heading towards elections in this state, and any society cannot achieve greatness if there is no peace. We're going to be looking at the impact of this, and to discuss this with us, it's my pleasure to welcome the Commissioner of Police in Ekiti State, Mr. Sontonye Wakama. Good morning. Reverend Father Emmanuel Akingbade, Parish Priest and Benedict Catholic Church, Ekiti.
Good morning.
As well as an Islamic scholar, Dr. Sikiru Eniola.
Thank you.
Good morning and welcome to Sunrise. Elections are coming, and as Commissioner of Police in the state, you have your work cut out, especially since we have heard from those we have spoken to earlier this morning that they are a bit worried about the situation and how the elections are going to pan out. How are you preparing for these elections?
Well, whenever you have an assignment before you, one of the best things to do is to research it and go forward from there. So for instance, we look at the previous history, particularly with respect to politics in this state and politics during elections. Now, there has been quite a bit of evidence of volatility, which is surprising because this state is virtually the most literate state in the country, and one wonders why it happens. So we use that as a form of yardstick and then prepare towards it from that point of view. The second thing we do, we look at all the aspirants who are coming out. PDP has about 29, other parties have theirs. You now, if you like, I wouldn't want to use the word profile, but you get to know who they are. You get a certain amount of intelligence on them as to what they're likely to do. And how can you discern this? We discern it from their actions, from what they say. So you basically have two sets of the political type, the aspirants. You have those who will go when they meet their people in the party secretariat and they will say things like, look, elections are coming. We want it to be purely democratic. We don't want any problems. This is not a do and die affair. But I am the best person for you. On the other hand, at the other end of the spectrum, you have some people who go there and say, we must win. This, that, and the other. And you probably see them going around.
And they are the dangerous ones.
You are, and you see them going around with people who are probably taller than me, darker in complexion and looking really fierce. So you get the idea that those are the sort of persons that you need to be watchful about. The third thing you could do is you check where the flashpoints are likely to occasion within the state. There are some places where, because certain aspirants come from there, there's likely to be, some sort of clash, particularly at the grassroots levels, and you prepare towards those crisis areas, those flashpoints. It also means that, as a Commissioner of Police, I look at the personnel I have. Each one has his own, characteristics, if you like, and some of them are quite articulate and good and talk and all that. Others are more practically oriented and courageous in certain ways. And so it's such people that you want to put where you're likely to experience a problem, because they're going to stand up, face the problem, and meet it in accordance with the law to the best of their abilities. So this is the way we prepare for it.
Father Akingbade, some people have said that religion has been more divisive than unifying in this country, especially when you look at Christians and Muslims. The churches and the Islamic scholars and imams, they say, have not done enough to make us as unified as we could possibly be. What is your take?
Yes, thank you. Maybe in the past. And we grew every day. Well, today, the story could be said to have been different. Talking about religion as bringing people together. When we meet our brothers on the other side, referring to the Muslims, today we say, Assalamu alaikum. And they also, they greet us, praise the Lord. Well, at the This week is a universal week of prayer for Christians. Now when we talk of division, man is divided along so many lines. A Catholic is different from an Anglican. An Anglican is different from a Redeemed. That is division along one line. A Christian is different from a Muslim. But that is another division. An Adoman is in some way different from an Ikerema. That is another division. Now, but I think over time we are getting to know that we are brethren of the same Father. The Pope has a tradition of giving message for the World Day of Peace. Now for this year, the theme is fraternity as foundation and pathway to peace. And fraternity, the message of the Pope is that a Muslim is a brother to a Christian. And this is the message that we preach among ourselves, and which is what we preach to the people. Relating this to the situation at hand, election time, because that's the discussion has been centered on that. It is the same piece which we have started to preach here since the first day of January. The key word, fraternity, brotherhood. In that message, the story is told of Cain and Abel, brothers, killing one another. So we are telling our people that whatever their political affiliation, they should still see themselves as brothers and sisters.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to ask...
Captain Yola.
Yes, that in terms of the peace that one would expect to see in Ekiti State during this time of the year and season, when we're talking a lot of politics, do you see any chance or likelihood of any kind of denegation or gulf or gap between the citizens as a result of religion? Is there any chance of that?
There is scarcely any, because you must always leave a very small percentage of probability. Ordinarily, we have said there is none. You see, the church and the mosque are